wash
and talk. I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
And this is DIY Detail. Today we've got this beautiful 2021 Tahoe. It's got 30,000 miles on it. Doesn't get washed as often as it should.
We thought it was black until we got up close. It turns out it's a dark blue.
Yeah, and we're gonna be washing it, obviously. We're gonna be talking about some products, and we're testing out some new products that are not available on our website yet. We're just playing around with them.
When we are in the garage here, we're always testing, tweaking, putting through the paces with tools, different things you wanna try out, methods, and then of course, chemicals in development, and then our products as well.
Right, and what we'll be doing to this vehicle is not only washing it, but we'll be claying it and protecting it with ceramic at the same time.
So ceramic gloss, quick beads, the whole kitchen sink cabinet. What do you throw at it?
Kitchen sink is good.
All right, we're gonna start with the IK Foam Pro 12, and Ivan, you have this fancy little tool.
I happen to have some Ryobi tools in my bus, so Sylvie picked up this the other day.
Sylvie's your wife?
Yeah, allows us to pump it without having to do this all the time.
That's a lot of elbow grease.
Yeah. And when it hits 60 PSI, that's when it goes off.
So we've got all clean in here at a 15:1 dilution, Ivan.
Right, perfect for wheels.
I know you like to do wheels. I kind of like the
wheels, tires, wheel wells, the whole 9 yards.
That was me, right?
What happened there?
Well, I just like to play around with stuff and mess it up. I wonder how much PSI we lost. You're getting a raw, unedited Nick and Yvan in the shop. I'm just gonna do this. How do you feel about that, Ivan? Offended? Upset?
No, it's got a lot of, shall we say, road grime on it.
I just like in the wintertime to hit lower panels with our all clean.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it can't hurt anything. That's what I figure.
Exactly. Now, while he's doing that, I'm gonna break out the foam cannon. So the foam cannon I already have set up with 1 ounce of incredible suds. Let me find, the nozzle's hanging on the wall where it should be.
Are we doing the whole vehicle or just one side for today?
We're doing the whole thing.
All right, I'm gonna get to work.
So while Nick is applying that, we're letting it dwell for a few seconds. Get our foam cannon. This is the MJJC 2.0 Pro. Great foam cannon. But we have the 3.0 on the way, so we'll give that a try as soon as it gets here. And yes, we have all clean on the lower panels. It's not a problem to somewhat mix the two of them. So we're gonna be applying the incredible suds right away.
Well, I like the double foam whammy here.
Yep, lots of foam.
When do you guys out there wash your wheels? What's your order? How do you pre-treat the vehicle? Let us know in the comments below.
Let me just sneak by you here, Nick.
Okay.
So I can get the other side and the front end.
I'll stand out of the way, hold on.
That might be a good idea for you.
Okay. Do you guys think wheels are fun or not fun? I like them, they're rewarding, but they can be a little dirty sometimes.
And be careful, Nick, I'm just gonna be foaming the roof.
Okay, I'll get out of the way.
So this one would have been a fun one to have Nick stand behind and I foam him. And we have the imprint of Nick remaining, but
we should have a challenge to see who's gonna be the victim and who's gonna be the foamer. What should we do, guys? Leave a comment. What kind of challenge could we do? Or could we do a vote or a competition?
Let's do a vote. If you want Nick to stand here while I foam and then we see the imprint of him on a vehicle, not this vehicle, we'll do it later.
Wouldn't you rather get
comment.
the guy who wears the shirt and tie and has been training for decades? I think you're the man they really want to see get foamed.
Nah, probably not.
Oh, that would be so fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, guys.
So we gave the soap some good dwell time, just rinsing it off. We'll wait till Nick is done with the wheels on the other side. I'll go over there, rinse off that side, and then we'll foam again.
I'm just about done.
Yeah. And we can see how much work the Incredible Suds has actually done on the vehicle. Oh, using the sponge today, Nick.
Yeah, always.
So watch out, there may be a bit of a mist coming off the vehicle as I rinse the top.
One thing folks don't know, the Incredible Suds Legacy Sponge Combo is very, very much recommended, doable. You might think this is only for rinseless washing, folks. It is not. This foam is safe for your soap wash. I'm gonna go ahead and pre-soak the clay towel in here because we will be cleaning the vehicle. I have a couple of sponges in the bucket as well.
Now, Nick, we have this all rinsed off, and we know this vehicle has been ceramic coated when it was new.
How do you know that, Ivan?
Because I asked the owner. But one thing that you'll notice, and let me just get the rest of the soap off of here. Despite our best attentions with the all clean and the soap, we're not getting a lot of beading on the bottom. And that is normal. Why is it normal? Well, this car is winter driven, and a winter driven vehicle can get calcium accumulation on it. So Nick is getting some water spot remover. We're just gonna put a bit of water spot remover on here, and you'll see the next time we rinse it, a lot of that beading will come back.
You wanna do water spot remover now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Before the wash.
Before the wash.
Okay. There's a lot of different ways to do this. Okay, remind me why we're doing this before the wash and not after a contact wash.
You could do it either way, but we know that this vehicle, with the all clean treatment and with the incredible suds, is pretty much clean at this point.
You wanna do windows too?
Just the lowers, actually. It's beading great up top. So
okay.
It's just where the calcium and salt are hitting this vehicle as it's driving down the road. And we can see that, you know, in front of the wheel, there's good beading, but as soon as we get to here, that's where you see the overspray from the salt, that's where it goes. So we'll let it dwell for a moment or two, and then rinse it off one more time. And this is not something you need to do at every wash, but as time progresses, you see the beading slowly diminish. A lot of people that have a professional ceramic coating on their vehicle think that, oh, the coating is dead just because it's not beading. It may not be dead at all, it may just be covered up.
It makes me cringe a little bit when I see front end PPF. I thought that was like a thing of the past.
Yeah, it's a lot of dealerships now are preloading it on the cars. So,
really?
Yeah, which
I just don't understand.
Is good for protection, but as a detailer, that line is not a happy thing.
Visually, it messes with me. I don't like it.
So we haven't done a full contact wash yet, but you notice that sheeting is back.
It's starting to improve.
Right.
Yep.
So we'll remove those minerals. Finally, just let me get the back end here, and
okay,
away we go.
I'm not worried about you respraying an area that I wash, right? We're just washing. This isn't the final thing.
Now, as you know, I'm always talking about efficiency. And you'll notice Nick's technique here. He started and he did the whole top of the vehicle. Now he's back to the front end. Slightly inefficient.
Yeah, I'm not always efficient. Go ahead and learn me, Ivan.
Yeah, well, it's just that he's moving back and forth around the vehicle instead of just doing one area at a time. The other thing is, and this is common, I've seen Nick do this many times, he leaves this area undone. So we have a whole square here that he didn't touch.
Throwing me under the bus. Sometimes I try to avoid the lower panel. Let's take the tape back and see if I actually hit that spot, because I definitely may not have.
Oh, you definitely didn't.
Well, here's the deal. I try to avoid the lower panels when I can.
Yeah.
Until I'm done. In my defense.
So,
all right, so instruct me on the proper wash method, Ivan.
When you're doing a section, do that section before moving. So instead of walking back and forth over the vehicle 20 times, this fender, when it's done, it's done. This door, when it's done, it's done.
So you start on the fender and then move this way?
Yeah.
And then go top to bottom?
Top to bottom on every piece. So that way you're sure that you don't miss anywhere. Because now there's areas that you missed, there's areas that you did. Kind of hard to see where you did and didn't do. And then when you go to rinse it off, that's where you can get into problems, because you think you've done every section of the vehicle, when in reality, you've missed a few. You rinse it off, it's still wet, it still looks good, So you start drying, and it's in that drying process that now you risk scratching the vehicle every one of those little areas that you missed.
I'm going to concede that as a very excellent point, Ivan.
And plus, it's a lot faster. Now, we're not being paid by the hour here, so it's not a big deal, but nonetheless.
So, do you like using the Legacy sponge with incredible suds, and if so, why?
Couple things. It holds a lot of suds, first of all.
You can squeeze it out if you're looking for more suds, and there's plenty there for you. If you want a little more lubrication,
right?
You just kind of squeeze out the sponge. Oh, where'd you all come from? Okay, here we go, right?
Right.
It's not going to bleed the suds as much as the sponge will until you give it a squeeze, and then it's like, where did you come from? There's just so much left.
Yeah, so like here, a squeeze, look what came out, a lot. And you'll notice I'm being a little redundant. I'm going over the areas again because Nick, unfortunately, did miss, but on the other side, he's going more methodical, so we'll get better coverage.
I'm going to run the tape back to make sure that you're right, because I'm going to defend myself. I have some honor and pride, Ivan.
I know.
Where did I miss?
So there's a few little spots you missed. Now, one way of making sure you didn't miss anything, especially with incredible suds, is actually using the foam cannon. So while he's doing the other side, let me demonstrate this. So if I put a little layer of foam on here, so we don't need a lot, just one little pass with the foam cannon. Even if I do this lower part of the door, I can tell exactly where I've done, because the foam doesn't just cling or just doesn't fall down the panel, it actually clings. So I can see exactly where I've been.
I'm choosing not to watch or listen out of pride.
Right, so
I like to make my dumb mistakes over and over.
So there we go.
Makes me feel like a man.
I can put Nick's initial in the door, and we see exactly where Nick has been and where he hasn't been. So let's wipe this off. Now that we know,
I maintain that by the end I get the good result. Just takes me longer.
Now at this point, we're ready to rinse off. You just have the roof to do?
Haven't done the roof.
Okay.
I think I've just about got the hood.
We only have one ladder, so. And then coming up next, but in this video, don't worry, we're not going to a commercial break unless YouTube inserts one right about here. We never know where they put them in. We will be using Quick Beads. Now, Quick Beads is a fun product. It's its own drying aid. We can put Quick Beads on and we're good to go. But no, we're gonna go one step further with this vehicle. It's contaminated. You can hear, especially on the hood and on the roof, Nick, with your microphone, we might actually be able to pick it up.
Yeah, it's definitely a little rough up here.
Yeah, so that gritty sound that we hear indicates that we need to clay this vehicle. So we're gonna be applying Quick Beads and then using ceramic gloss as a clay lube, continuing to clay it. It's an amazingly quick way of protecting the vehicle, getting all that contamination off, and at the same time giving it an incredible slickness, gloss, and protection. So the front end is done?
The hood is done, yep. I just needed to finish the roof here.
Okay, bumper and all that is done?
I haven't touched the bumper, actually.
Okay.
Ivan's got me OSHA compliant with this ladder here. I'm used to doing stuff like this, Ivan. This is a big roof.
Yes, it is. It's not exactly a small little SUV that we've got here.
What's your favorite part about detailing, Ivan?
The results.
The results, not the process, huh?
Well, the process is fun as well, but the results, seeing the customer smile at the end, just amazing.
It's all about the process. No, I get you. It's all about, it's everything, right? I love a satisfied customer. The problem is when you work on a really long job It's like these athletes who, like a Michael Jordan or something you hear about, winning doesn't even make them that happy, but they like hate losing.
Right.
So winning becomes almost less pleasurable, and they kind of, I don't know what the right word is over time with some of these athletes, but like the 40-hour paint correction jobs that I've done, it's like the happiest customer over time can't make up for the fact that I just spent way too long on a job,
right,
and kept me away from my family and my life, you know? So it's like, that's why Ivan's efficiency wisdom is so genius, is some of those super long jobs just stop feeling worth it when you're making so little per hour as a professional. You know, as an enthusiast, do whatever you want to do, but you realize that you're doing these jobs not for the customer, but for your own ego. So the customer's praise isn't going to do it for you, because from whence this passion comes has nothing to do with the customer.
So the whole other side is done, the back is done?
Yep.
Okay.
No response to my long-winded philosophical
Oh, I need the ladder first.
Oh.
Always rinse from the top down.
No response, as you can hear.
Wasn't really listening, Nick.
What?
No.
Sometimes when I start talking, that's the best thing to do, is just not listen.
No, it's just, yeah, very long, drawn-out processes get to be that they're not enjoyable at all. So it takes the fun out of detailing.
Yes, exactly. You mentioned the process, and I think I went there.
While I'm up on the ladder, can you pass me the quick beads, sir?
Absolutely. There's a lot of ways to protect a car. We love quick beads. Just because I want to, I'm going to go ahead and apply some iron remover to the rim faces. We're going to do it different on the paint. Is that okay?
Yes. So
I know
quick
I'm
beads,
living on the edge.
you don't need a lot on the surface, just a mist. Let it sit for 30 seconds or so, and then we activate it with the pressure washer. If you're using a garden hose, nope, no harm, no foul. Garden hose does just as good a job as the pressure washer with quick beads. And I can tell exactly where the quick beads was on this roof.
So after he uses the quick beads, the method that we've pioneered here to make your paint exceptionally slick and make the process fast is, after using quick beads, use a bit of ceramic gloss on your towel, one spray on the paint, and then you go ahead and clay, and you're good to go. You just wipe and dry.
So you can start claying and protecting that roof.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, are we doing the quick beads over here? You're rinsing everything off first, though.
Yeah.
I'm seeing some water beading return for sure.
Oh, definitely.
So Ivan, I just messed up. I put our clay towels in the Incredible Suds bucket. So we need our clay towels in water, not Incredible Suds, because this last step is a rinse-free step, right? We rinse with quick beads.
Yeah.
And then we clay with ceramic gloss, but we don't want Incredible Suds on that ceramic gloss because we're trying to dry. We don't want to dry the soap on the car. So
exactly.
I'm gonna rinse this out, and we need the roof rinsed off one more time.
Okay,
Sorry.
Will do. Now, if you're going to be polishing the vehicle, what Nick did is great, but we're not going to be polishing this, so we don't want the Incredible Suds on there.
Let's be honest, who wants to clay the roof? Not me. But we're doing it right today.
Watch yourself, there may be a bit of overspray. Okay, you're good.
I mean, are you a fan of claying roofs, Ivan?
Yes, definitely.
Do you enjoy claying roofs?
No, not at all.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that. Yes, doing it the right way. Not gonna tell you I enjoy it though.
So I'm applying the quick beads to this side while Nick is claying that half of the roof. That way, when he's done that half of the roof, I can be applying quick beads to that half of the car.
Oh, it dries off so slick.
And while I'm here, never forget to do the rim faces.
Can you guys hear this? Hold on.
It's definitely got a bit of contamination there.
Listen.
And it's gone.
Yeah, but over here. Yeah.
Now, when applying quick beads, you want to make sure you're getting it everywhere, which means the windows, the mirrors, the wheels, of course, the body. Everywhere that you need protection and exceptional beading is where we put on quick beads.
So folks may be like, wait, what is this clay process? Like, what are you guys doing? With the quick beads, you're adding a lot of lubrication to that paint. The ceramic gloss is also going to lubricate. Both steps provide protection. Then you simply dry it off. Where do the contaminants go? Into the perforated clay towel. I switch sides every panel, then rinse out in water and repeat.
So you can attack the roof on the other side?
One spray on the roof, one
Okay.
spray on the towel.
As you can tell, this is unedited, so a little quicker.
And this is a beast of a vehicle too. It's just a lot of real estate.
Yeah.
Cover.
And speaking of a beast of a vehicle with a lot of real estate, you happen to own a tractor. Around your PTO at the back, where you've got all those hydraulic connections and all that fun stuff, getting in there to protect that area is very, very difficult. So when your tractor is clean, spray it down with quick beads, hose it off, that whole area will now be protected and a lot easier to clean the next time.
Ivan, you know a lot more about tractors and ceramic coatings. That's a growing demand, isn't it? Ceramic coating on farm equipment?
Definitely. Because,
tell me about it.
You know, a lot of detailers are really excited when they do a $200,000 car. It's an exceptional day for them. On a farm, when you buy a $200,000 tractor, well, that's a small tractor. $800,000 is more like it, so. And just like
what's weird? I'm thoroughly enjoying cleaning this roof.
Yeah.
This process makes it so easy. It's like the paint gets so slick with the quick beads.
Yeah, exactly.
And the drying blanket, which all this is available on DIYdetail.com, the drying blanket will absorb so much water that I'm good, man.
The drying blanket, we did a little test the other day. It actually holds a gallon of water. So let me get out of the frame here. Notice we don't have any beading here. It's still a little sickly looking. Well, one little shot of quick beads on that area. We let it sit for roughly 30 seconds or so. And if you let it sit a little longer, it's not the end of the world. You don't want to let it sit too long, and obviously in direct sunlight, you don't want to let it sit way too long. And then we simply one of the very important little tips with quick beads is to make sure that the white frothy looking that it has. So I spray it on here. Again, we'll let it sit for a few seconds. But when I start hosing it off, you'll notice that it has sort of a frothy look to it. And I want to keep rinsing, and I want to keep moving it around and activating it with the water until that frothy look is completely gone. Then I won't have any streaking and I won't have any spots. Don't want to spray too much water back on the roof, so I'll aim the...
I was going to say, you got me over here, Ivan. I just dried it all.
Sorry, wasn't intentional. Now, another way of applying quick beads is actually using the pressure washer to distribute it. Watch on this wheel here. The water's sitting flat. And I'll spray the quick beads into the stream of the pressure washer. So yes, it may reduce the longevity or the life cycle of the quick beads by a week or two, not a lot, but it's a very great way of doing it, especially if you're in direct sunlight or a lot of heat going on.
Like most people in the real world,
yeah,
in their driveway.
So
I've got a water bucket here with a grit guard. I just dunked my clay towel in there because I'd easily hit 4 panels from the roof. Again, I'm going to work one panel at a time. Just kind of rinse off if any contamination got in there, and don't have to overthink it. No pressure on the clay towel. Can you guys hear this roof?
So now we're done with the quick beads, we're done with the incredible suds, the iron remover, the water spot remover. We have a Cox reel just there. I'm gonna roll up the hose so it's out of our way as well. And then I'll be off to help Nick.
Yeah, lubrication is so important anytime you're touching paint. And the quick beads just add such lubrication. And then you got your ceramic gloss for lubrication and protection at the end. I've got that clear bra PPF here on the front end, so I'm gonna be a little extra gentle as I clay.
And a lot of people are afraid, sort of an old wives' tale, that claying is gonna mar the paint. And if you're using the good old-fashioned clay bar, I tend to agree with you. Claying can definitely mar the paint. But the way we're doing it here, we have so much lubrication. The clay towel is such a fine clay media, and
that bug gut's gone, love that.
yeah, it's just a super safe way of doing it, and no, there's no marring on the paint.
If you needed to do a deep decontamination, this is not my favorite method. This is a little bit of a quicker method.
Yeah.
It does a great job, but obviously if you're prepping for a ceramic coating and a polish job,
You're not going to be using this.
Yeah, you don't want to use a protection product.
No.
This is just a great method, I think, on a maintenance car, you know, your own car that you wash every couple weeks, a ceramic coated car. Man, it really does a great job of cleaning too. I mean, it's just, sometimes if you need a more aggressive method, you might have to mar the paint up, unfortunately, to really get in there. And so there's different ways to clay. Someone asked, well, what's the difference between a fine grade clay towel and a heavy duty clay towel or a clay bar? And I just said, if you got really heavy contaminants that you really are struggling with, you may need a more aggressive method, and if you use that, then you're gonna need to polish. And the beauty of the system is we're not have to polish after this. You use no pressure, tons of lubrication, and honestly, I think it gets everything I'm ever looking to get off of paint, Ivan.
Exactly. So I'll leave you the ladder here so you can get the center part of that hood.
Okay.
And I'll follow behind you and dry.
Okay.
That way we can accelerate the process just a little bit.
I'm a little slow, aren't I?
Or do you want to dry while I clay?
How about that? Let's switch it up. I've done a good half of the car. You can go ahead and I'll dry behind you.
And here, speaking of trying new things.
We got this waffle we really like, huh?
Yep, give that a try.
Okay, what I love about this waffle is it is so lightweight. This drying blanket, it takes on a lot of water and you can feel it.
It's a great towel, but yes, it can get a little heavy. Now, we can definitely hear the contamination over here, and eventually it just goes away. Did you clay the windows already?
No, I just don't want to carry that towel anymore.
Okay.
Ivan's like, then why did you put it there? I know, Ivan. I felt like I was doing something with my life in the moment.
And when you're using this method, one very important thing is where you spray the ceramic gloss is where you put your clay towel down.
Now, why is that?
That way you're guaranteed to have the lubrication under your clay towel. Think of your clay towel as a wax or a ceramic coating applicator in this case. And no, before we get all the comments, this isn't a true ceramic coating. It is a true ceramic, but it's not like a wipe-on ceramic coating that's going to last for years. It's going to last a lot of months, but it's not going to last.
People are wowed at how long their water is beating with this product. It is an incredible value. Ceramic gloss.
Exactly. The front bumper, had you done that?
Nope.
Okay, so I'll go there before we go down the side.
Okay.
That way that whole front end is done.
So if you do it this way, I think I was going a little bit more, let me just caress the paint and make love to it, whatever. This is something you could do with really no added time before you dry your paint. So if you're just like, hey, I got this coated car, how often should I clay it? Try this method once every month and just real gentle with the clay towel, and you're gonna stay on top of it so you're not gonna have any deep embedded contaminants. Yeah, I think it's just a great method for in between deep dive details.
Right. And honestly, if you do this every couple months or so, you won't need that deep dive detail.
Exactly. That's the thing with water spots too, or bug guts. If you let them sit too long, they can just etch.
So this front fender was done?
Front fender was done, and then the rest of the car needs to be done.
Okay.
So I said half the car. I mean, who's counting, right? A third of the car, maybe? A quarter? I did the roof, which is now wet again. Thank you, Ivan.
Yeah. But it's not super soaked. It's just
it'll dry off nice and easy. What's great about the drying blanket, especially too, is even when it's wet, I think it dries better when it's wet almost.
When it's damp.
Damp, not wet.
We'll say seasoned.
Yeah, indeed. Not just the toes in the water.
Exactly.
Been doing this a while. All right.
A couple of years, yeah. And when you're claying a side panel like this door, obviously the lower you go, the more contamination you're going to have on it. And two of the areas on the vehicle that have the most contamination is right behind the front wheel and right behind the back wheel. And know what you're hearing is textured plastic. Don't freak out.
Oh, this paint is so smooth. So slick now. Did you get the mirror?
The mirror is done.
Okay.
Front door, including glass, is done.
And this waffle holds a lot of water too, huh?
It does.
And it's lightweight.
Now,
I think the stuff like ergonomics and lightweight and posture is so underrated in detailing.
It is. A lot of detailers. Nick was polishing the other day. We were playing around with the gold standard. And I noticed the way he was polishing.
Here's a demonstration. You go ahead.
So I took a picture of him and said, is this really good for your back?
Once I saw the picture, I was like, nope.
Nope.
I paid for a chiropractor, man. I don't want to be doing that to myself.
No.
It's not worth it, right? You realize certain things are not worth it, that you don't even understand in the moment are hurting you. Because detailing can be a seductive mistress.
Exactly.
In the beautiful way that we all love detailing, it's just, I don't know, it just sucks you in, you know?
So for you, what's your best ergonomic detailing aid?
Ivan's keeping it on track. Yeah, I like the Rack Attack Creeper. I love that thing. At the very least, knee pads. The whole squatting and kneeling, that's getting old.
Well,
my body says that. I am. I'm getting close to 40. What was that like when you turned 40, Ivan? Like mentally, what was the mindset?
To me, it's just a number. So
I knew you were gonna say that, but like
it's to be celebrated, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I made it this far. Cool. But
I like that.
You know, at my age, I feel better now than when I was 40 years old. I'm in better shape. I'm taking better care of myself physically.
That's great.
Eating better, working less, working out more, but working less. So.
Yeah, if you see an image of Ivan from the early Optimum polymer technology days,
yeah,
which is a past life of yours, you'll be like, that's the same guy?
Yeah, that was, I had a little more weight on me, 80 pounds to be exact, so.
But you have the wisdom of that experience, and you learned a lot, and here we are. Talking about cars, and you're cleaning them, and feel very lucky to be able to do this, Ivan.
Likewise, it's a lot of fun. People don't, people have mentioned on our videos that it looks like we're having fun. It doesn't look like we're having fun. We are having fun.
I know, I just pinch myself sometimes. I'm like, this is what I do now? I clean and talk about cleaning cars? Like I was a detailer, but the DIY detail experience has been a whole new ball game. Because now in my detailing, we're focusing on making the educational content. I'm not trying to sneak it in or pull all-nighters. I had a full-time job detailing, and then I had my own YouTube for a while. And this just feels, to be my life is pretty awesome, Ivan. Now I know what you've been doing all these years. You've been in this space, loving it, teaching it, and you see so many detailers who make mistakes that don't have to be repeatable, and I think that's part of your messaging is, hey, I've learned some stuff. I want you to make money and be a profitable detailer. Here's what I think. Here's what I think you should do.
Exactly. And another fun part about detailing is there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's all different ways. And you can have a lot of fun detailing, or you can make your life miserable detailing. So So what did you do on this side, Nick?
I haven't done anything besides that front fender. I did right up here, above the windows.
Above the windows?
Yep. Oh, and I did the windows as well.
Yeah, okay.
I did all the windows. Got to clay windows, guys. Don't
so
forget
you did
about
more than you thought you did.
I know, I was just in my zone.
That's why being methodical is so important.
Well, if it was me not taking over the drying and doing the whole thing, I would have known that, but when you're working with someone else, communication is important.
Right, and having that methodical nature basically allows you to go into your zone and not have to think about what you're doing. You just do it, it just becomes you.
Okay, so Ivan, tell me the process you recommend for an exterior wash from start to finish. Start to finish.
Pre-treat, never start with the pressure washer. So we're pre-treating with whatever, either the rinseless or the Incredible Suds, your choice. And then from there, once we've pre-treated, I like to do the wheels. So while that pre-treatment, be it the Incredible Suds or the rinseless wash, is doing its thing on the surface, I can be brushing the wheels, getting them done. Once that's done, we rinse off. And if it's a rinseless wash, I start washing. If it's Incredible Suds, I respray with another little layer of Incredible Suds. Obviously you did the mirror, so good. And then start the contact wash. After the contact wash, if it's a rinseless wash, we simply start drying. And if it's with Incredible Suds, we rinse off the suds and using a drying aid, dry the vehicle.
What about wheels?
The wheels are the last part that I touch on the vehicle. Now, they're actually the first part that I brush, but once I'm done drying the whole exterior, then I'll dry the wheels.
Very good, sir. I mean, I'm pretty sure I do it the same way. I just like hearing you talk.
Okay, now, we're done with the Incredible Suds. We're done with the, we're done with the clay towel, my mistake. And the clay towel, obviously we use ceramic gloss. A lot of people are concerned that, hey, my clay towel is gonna be sort of stopped up and become hydrophobic because of ceramic gloss. The ceramic gloss takes a little bit of time to cure. It takes about an hour, meaning that the surfactants that are found in the Incredible Suds, I put my clay towel in there, I make sure those surfactants get on that, and we're good to go. It's not gonna make our towel hydrophobic. And a lot of people are concerned about this, whether they're using an applicator for applying a ceramic coating, or they're using towels to level ceramic coating. Ceramic coating, any coating company will tell you it takes 8, 10, 12, how many ever hours to cure. That means during that time, it's still susceptible to being broken down by the surfactants. So same thing, if you do get a ceramic coating, don't wash the vehicle for 7 days. Doesn't matter what brand of ceramic coating, be safe. Don't wash it for 7 days. In that 7 days, it has time to cure. And the reason they say don't wash it is not about the water, it's about the soaps and anything else you could use that have surfactants in it that can actually break down that coating.
So we still have some drips. We still have the wheels and the rim faces that are not quite dry. You could go with a Master Blaster or a leaf blower here, but we also need to tackle door jams.
Right. Now for the door jams, we have a couple different ways of doing it.
My method, which doesn't always feel the safest on door jams, is take your ceramic gloss towel. By now it's sopping wet. Maybe pre-treat the door jam, or maybe just go for the old wiperino.
Right, and
you could be driving dirt into the paint. It's not the safest way, but it's a door jam. That's my mentality.
Well, the other thing is, how dirty actually is the door jam?
Oh, these are not dirty at all.
In this case, they're not dirty, and they're wet from us spraying it down.
Yes, so, they're wet.
Yes. So at this point, we can definitely use the ceramic gloss as sort of an instant or a quick detailer.
Who knows what they're wet with? They could be wet with the suds. We could be having lubrication on here, so I'm not crazy.
Right.
Sometimes you get vehicles that are just thrashed.
Yes. In this case, she takes good care of her vehicle. Doesn't wash it as often as she should maybe, but
who does? Maybe the folks watching. We hope so.
And let me put that drip catcher back on because this mirror is definitely a dripper.
I like to call it the Drip Catcher 4000, which is not its name.
Yeah, I noticed that the other day. You renamed it the Drip Catcher 4000, but
It just sounds like really fancy technology from the future.
exactly.
It feels like it sometimes, but it's so simple and yet so profound. Kind of like the idea of loving cleaning cars. To the average person, they'd be like, you love cleaning cars?
I just take it through a car wash.
You wash cars for a living? Like, how pointless.
So I used to travel the world teaching detailing, and I still travel around a lot, but one of the questions I got when I was going through border controls of different countries is they'd look at my passport and go, well, you have a work visa for this country, and you have a work visa for that country. And every time I would say, well, it's because I went there to teach, and I went there to teach, and I went there to teach. And then they ask you, what do you teach? And you say, I teach people how to wash cars. When they're done laughing, they say, you can't possibly be serious that people pay you to teach them how to wash cars. Well, yes, they do. Get some ceramic gloss here.
Yeah, what is detailing culture like in other parts of the world? You've been to Saudi Arabia, India, Europe. Where else? Tell me more.
I've been all over the world, and everyone loves their cars.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think it is about that? Like, why do they love their cars so much?
Cars are a visceral thing. They make noise, they're loud, they're powerful. They're also a symbol of independence. They take you where you've never been before. And they're a big investment. So it's natural that people want to take care of it.
Was that poetic or what, guys? I love that.
You know, when the Model T came out, there weren't a lot of car owners in the USA. And cars were very expensive. Well, by the 30s, the price of the Model T actually went down. At the end of the 30s, you could buy a Model T for $800, which was not exactly cheap, but it wasn't, it wasn't out of reach for a lot of people. So your typical factory worker could buy a car and go to places that they've never gone before.
That must have had a profound effect on the American people.
It did. It spawned things like expressways and highways and motels.
Which you know all about since you now live on the road in the LaCroix Cruiser bus.
Exactly.
Okay, so how did you come up with this idea like we're gonna live out of a bus?
Well, like I said, I used to travel a lot. In 1 year, I accumulated 200 hotel cards. In 1 year. That tells you how much I was not at home during that year. And I already had a bus for going to races on the weekends because I'm an avid race fan. So we decided to take it on a business trip because I had to go away for a while. The business trip was a nice route, and amazingly enough, it was actually less expensive to take the bus than it was to have hotels, flights, and all that fun stuff. And then it became painfully obvious that the bus was by far the best way to travel.
I mean, being on the road is this adventure, and it feels really fun, like when you're on vacation, even in a hotel room. But if you do it enough, and not a lot of people do, but if you're one of those people who understands it, if you do it enough, it can be exhausting, right? Because you don't sleep in your own bed, and you're eating food out of your daily routine. And so this idea that you could be on the road, but also always be home, Ivan, I mean, that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, restaurant food isn't exactly the best for you physically.
And as we talked about earlier, you're like way healthier, you lost a ton of weight. I have to attribute a lot of that to probably being on the road and having your own routine instead of always being at the mercy of someone else's routine.
Right, and I have my kitchen with me everywhere I go. So I'm able to eat the food that's good for me. And honestly, I much prefer home-cooked meals over restaurant meals any day.
Ivan's a big bacon and eggs guy, which I tend to agree. What's your favorite breakfast, guys? Let us know in the comments below. This is looking good.
It is.
Now, if it wasn't so loud, I'd have probably whipped out the Master Blaster by now or the leaf blower, because there's certainly some drips. We got the drip catcher, which I I've told you how much I love. Put that on the other mirror as well, but the handles are dripping as well, the front's still dripping, so that can be kind of a never-ending battle, which is where kind of blowing it out with forced air can be really helpful.
So the door jambs are done on this side?
Door jambs are done, sir.
And these plastic things over the windows, they hold a lot of water too, on the inside of them.
The drip catcher is like such soft microfiber that it is so safe on the paint.
Yeah.
You can just snap those magnets around to hug the mirror, gently press it against the paint, and it's gonna catch those drips for you.
And I had one person say that they actually drove away with the drip catchers on their car, and they stayed.
Seriously?
Yeah, now they didn't go on the highway with them. They, it wasn't a long, drawn out trip, but they went about a mile with the drip catcher hanging on for dear life.
Was it the passenger side?
Driver's side.
How does that even happen?
They just saw, were in a rush, saw the little flash of green in front of them. It was like,
that's funny.
Forgot the drip catcher.
And it stayed on.
Yep.
A testament to the Drip Catcher 4000.
We're gonna have to rename the towel on the website now. You know that.
Well, I need someone to comment and let us know what you guys think of that name. It sounds fancy to me. I think Drip Catcher pretty much embodies what it's all about. And that's the way our products are called, is like quick beads, ceramic gloss, incredible suds, right? Like interior clean and protect. All clean.
I saw a video from Miranda Detailing the other day. Check out his website, or his YouTube page. But it was just blown away by Incredible Suds, by how it clinged to the vehicle.
And it cleans. It's not just foam for the sake of foam either.
No. Well, Nick, shall we wrap this up?
Let's do some tire shine.
That, yes, sir, we need to do.
Because we're going to start to finish, might as well.
Yeah.
So I've done this as kind of my last wipe down towel, and I put some ceramic gloss on it. So I'm just going to take this on all the rim faces now. And the great part about this is if we miss something, and I did the wheels, so there's a chance we did, even if it's dirt, I'm going to protect and clean at the end at the same time. And Ivan's already put quick beads on the wheels, so on the rim faces, so they're already really slick. There's already protection there, right? So you're adding a little bit of safety there. Not that we're going to baby our rims most of the time the way we do our car paint, but why would I want to scratch these up if I can help it? So I got protection on the towel. There's already protection on the rim faces with the quick beads. And if there's a little bit of dirt left over where I missed as I cleaned, I can mop that up as well. And ooh, that rim looks good. What's your least favorite part about detailing, Ivan?
Getting down on my knees.
Yeah.
On this Swiss Trax floor. The Swiss Trax floor is great until you get down on your knees.
Least favorite part of detailing for me is like a minivan with all cloth seats and like kids with stains everywhere and 2 big trash bags full of stuff that weren't even cleaned out before the detail started. Those disaster details make for great YouTube videos, but I find them pretty exhausting. But some people live for that. Some people are just in love with hardcore, deep dive interior details. Oh yeah. You've gone silent over there, Ivan. Should I be worried?
No, I'm just doing the wheels. We get the tire shine here, and we'll be good to go.
Speaking of tire shine, these inside the fenders, it's pretty dirty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a bit of all clean on a towel. I'm gonna try to get that off, and then we can actually put tire shine on these plastics to kind of make them pop again.
Right. So I've got tire lotion on this, this brush here, a few sprays.
I don't know what that was, but you can see some road paint kicked up here, so this is certainly seen some interesting elements.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the tire shine. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna dry it down with this too.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a clean side. A dry tire is so much more receptive to tire shine, by the way.
A dry, clean tire.
I don't know what I just said. Dry tire, dry towel.
Well, a dry tire, definitely, but we cleaned it with All Clean and the Incredible Suds. That makes a big difference. Your tire lotion is going to last so much longer that way. Now, these are a fairly wide tire, so I can splurge and put a bit of tire lotion on the tire as well, not just on the brush.
And you may doubt us, and you may put tire shine on a wet tire, and I encourage you to push the limits, you know, be a rebel, but you'll always come back home. The kid turns 18, strict parents, you know, they're gonna go out and party and do what they do. One day they'll realize their parents knew a couple things. If you put tire shine on a wet tire, you're just not gonna see the durability. It'll look good now, but it's just not gonna look good
for a long
day
time.
Later, for long, And you're gonna wonder why, and then remember, you gotta prep that tire. Your tire lotion is gonna give you that appearance you want. It's gonna bond better for more moisturization. Is that a word?
Yes.
You're at the point of the detail where I'm getting a little tired. Need to get in detailing shape for the detailing marathon competition. See, I'm rambling now.
You know when Nick is rambling that it's time to say goodnight.
So if folks have stuck with us this long, they should probably get something free, and it's a bold statement. I don't know what it is.
And in all fairness, you know, we've been recording videos for a little while here, so.
So if they've been with us for an hour, and they should we create some kind of competition or drawing if they can message us and say that they heard this part?
Sure. How about a drying blanket?
All right, shoot me an email if you've made it this far. Nick@diydetail.com. The first person to do that and say they saw this video, they stuck around, we will ship you a free XL drying blanket. At the time of this video, $24.99. That's a pretty good deal for you guys, and it's a big thank you for spending time with us. It means a lot to us to talk about detailing. We put the tire shine on. We have washed, clayed. We've added 2 layers of protection with ceramic gloss and quick beads. What a journey it has been. If you want to learn more about detailing, I'm gonna put a video link right here. We hope you go check it out. We will see you.
Wait.
What?
What?
Well, I was ready. I had the outro.
I know you're
Totally
doing the
down
outro, but
All right, Ivan, what do we gotta talk about?
let's show them the beating now.
You wanna show them the beating, huh?
Yeah. I know it means we're gonna have to dry it again, but let's show them the beating. It's just such an incredible thing here.
All right, let me grab the camera.
Oh, they'll be able to see it from there, trust me.
Okay.
Let's get out our trusty pressure washer here. Won't be long. So remember how the water was sort of dead here?
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna move the tripod. We're gonna end it here, but I want you to see this. It may or may not change your life. Oh gosh, sorry about that, guys. Hold on. I'm gonna just gently drop her down. Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah.
All right, and let's check it out.
So with that, see you in the next one.